It's alright. I would have been ready before the song played a second time, except I forgot something that had to be taken care of. Should let you clicky this, and clicky this, and clicky this. Yay for day one patches. If I had known about that, I would already have this done. Well. Probably should have expected it. At least it doesn't seem to be too big. Okay. I've cooled off. That fan's annoying me. Okay, let's go in. Brand new game, brand new opening theme, which I'm going to shut up during at least just this once. I love the Rune Factory series. It's been a favorite all the way since the very first game, which I got on the DS. Although, first game, kinda rough. But I also broke it as best as I could. So, not as rough as some people might have found it. Game system, yeah, okay, yes. Understood. Jazzy. That's the opening we get?
も君のどこかに隠された夢探してみようか天下無双のやる気を今繰り出して明日へ歩き出そう I miss you, I miss you, I miss you 心だけを信じて空高飛べばいい If I kiss you, I kiss you, I kiss you また世界が輝く
I'm sure I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I'm sure the VOD's gonna be muted for this, but do I care? Nah. Really don't care for just playing the opening song just this once. Rune Factory 5. Oh, good. It spoke for me. Rune Factory 4, it's special. Oh, yeah, because I played it. Because I got the Earthmate, i.e. Special Edition, I have access to clothing that the romanceable options in Rune Factory 4 wore. Oh. We have their outfit? Interesting. Honestly, that opening caught me off guard a little bit. All of the other openings in the games have been kind of poppy, I guess. More poppy, more bubbly. And in a female voice. Okay, let's see. Rune Factory 1, 2, 3, 4. Frontiers, Tides of Destiny. 6 games with a female opening singer. Actually, Tides of Destiny had 2 opening theme songs, so 7. Generally not really. Most of the time, it's like you're always wearing your your basic outfit, or maybe like a special outfit for a like a festival or something. But generally, it's like you might see the accessory on your character, like in Rune Factory 4, which I also played on this system and streamed it. You would have ribbons, and you could see the ribbons on your character's hair. But they generally wore the same outfit. As I stop speaking because I see that an ad is playing. I should adjust that. At the very least, make them shorter. Actually, I can do that right now. Facing. Start delay. Okay. That should be better. I adjusted the length and I adjusted how often they do it. I might adjust it back if they ever gave me like the ad program, whatever, that people have access to. But for now, I don't have access to it, so why the hell should I bother? The only reason I have the ads on is to remove pre-rolls, basically. Scream. This girl, I have to help her. Okay, well, last time, and actually, yeah, last time I played the hero. And in every other game, you don't have a choice of your gender. You are male in every other game. It's like in Rune Factory 1, you are a male named Raguna, although you can customize his name. In Rune Factory Frontiers, you are the same character. The main characters of Rune Factory Tides of Destiny, though it's already on screen, that was Aiden and Sanja. While you technically have the ability to play as a female character in Tides of Destiny, you don't get that option until after you've beaten the main story. And then you have the ability to, you know, marry. So you're playing as a guy for the main story. Rune Factory 4 was the first one where you had the choice. Use a female character. Yeah. Just blacked out. What happened? I don't know.
I can't remember anything. Right, that girl's in trouble.
Right, I forgot they have voices and personalities.
Mommy.
Look, it's a sheep. Right there, okay. It's a sheep! There's an open L pocket with L. Select the broadsword. B's right stick. Kinda. I don't think they always had these long ears, as far as I recall. These things are called woolies. They are your sheep. Like, you would tame them for sheep and you shear them for wool. But I think the longer ears are new, or it's just because of the limitation of the DS graphics and then the 3DS graphics. By the way, you never are killing a monster.
You okay?
It's like you saw it disappeared in that mote of light.
Huh? Ouch.
Like, there's a legal requirement in, like, the world you're in that a spell be imbued in all weapons that sends them back to, like, their dimension. I wonder which one's the bigger threat. Neither of them. They might explain the weapons thing. I'm pretty certain they did in Rune Factory 4, but... It's like, you know, we're on the 7th game in the series. There's some details they might skip out on. So, like, we rules, need seed points. You know, this sounds familiar. You know, those seed points, that was well, they weren't called seed points, but it was a system that was in Rune Factory 4. You were the prince of the town, and you would issue commands, like, to expand shop inventory, or to do various things. I think you actually instituted and disabled festivals.
Step. You can do it, Priscilla. The heck? Huh? Huh?
I look very injured for someone who didn't get touched.
Thank goodness.
Excuse me, why do I have a hat on my head? Why have my clothes been changed? This looks like a military uniform kind of thing. Have I been, recruited?
She's awake.
Drafted.
I'll go get my mom.
Oh god. It's the Wolfman.
Come on.
Scared Hina and Priscilla half to death.
I'm sorry.
Kumo? Your niece? Oh. Oh, not me. I was like, huh?
Uncle Kumo.
Hina! You okay, kiddo?
Yeah.
No thanks, my here. Okay. Well, I suppose that could be a wolfish kind of tale.
You! How could I ever repay you?
I was gonna question the resemblance here. I mean, sure, it's uncle and niece, but still.
Hey now, what are you doing to my patient?
Hey.
Well, I'm here now.
What's that
I'm
green
this
thing
town's
floating on your
doctor,
arm?
and also its mayor. Call me Simone.
Are you feeling, experiencing any pain? Feel
No
fine.
numbness either? Thank goodness. If you don't have any difficulty speaking, then I'd like to ask a few questions.
What's your name and birthday? That's the default name? Huh. Yeah, well, we're changing that, and conveniently, I have enough room here. Summer 23rd. You only have 4 months a year. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. What town where are you from? Well, I appear to have fell out of a mystical circle in the forest. Not that I know that.
I'm really sorry.
Yo, by the way, the whole thing of having amnesia and not remembering where you're from and all this other fun stuff. Every game. Every goddamn game. Except for Frontiers. Because you're the same character as you were in Rune Factory 1. You'll be suffering from memory loss.
Madness!
Afraid symptoms point to a case of amnesia.
Yes.
Sound good.
Hey!
Amnesia's no joke. Never met anyone with amnesia. You sure there's like 7 people out in the world?
What should I do?
Is there anything we can do to help?
What to do?
Should leave before I cause any more trouble. Apparently I had enough memory left to know I had a sword in my pocket. Okay, really. Better be on my way now.
Don't be silly. Why not stay at my family's place?
Hey now, what are you saying? Hina's hero is crashing with me.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely not.
My patient shall be staying under my care.
What?
Well, that's rude. Say to your own mother. Of course, it's apparently true, but still. It's not like any of this. Nami Dance and Nami, they're arguing who's ever gonna take you in.
Honestly.
Letting a total stranger into your home. Thank you! Someone has some sense around here. Wolf and Lily's clothing. Surprisingly enough, that's a little amusing. Because one of the character of Rune Factory 3 was actually like a monster shifter. They would turn between human and woolly form. Good person. Help fight. Hold on. Hold on. I just realized something. Uncle up there is a Wolfman. Little girl is potentially a wolf girl. She was being attacked by a sheep. Lucy, be there and take to the field captain's office. Soul Sphere doesn't lie. One scan will tell us just what kind of person. That sounds like a useful item. Why me? I'm the one who raised the red flag. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Wouldn't mind taking you.
Really? Yeah.
Field captain's office is on the first floor.
Thanks.
Oh, so just downstairs. It's not like I'm going out into town where there's going to be alleyways or something.
Hey!
I'm just climbing down some stairs. You know, right sticking and just camera speed and controls. Camp menu. Saving game, game on save feature. Need to interact with save point, which has diary on it. Save a hint relating to advancing the game story will pop up. Shows the destination. Okay. This is new. This is extremely new. All of the other, well, no. The other like numbered games, I suppose, had a sort of top-down style, sort of like similar to this, similar to what I've got set up here. You'd have a more wider field of view. You could see more things around you, but it would be like down, and it'd be more of a sprite-based look rather than a model. Downstairs and to the right. Come on. Yeah. Why is there a Hold on. Why is there a camera pointing at the bed? And love is right through that door.
Huh? Oh.
Captain Olivia.
Excuse me?
Excuse us.
Yeah?
There's still something to report. Like, I was just asleep. There's this camera pointing at me. Register with the Soul Sphere?
Ah, this one. So she's finally awake.
Charlottesville Captain. I have the feeling she's older than she looks. She runs the silo, Seeds Rigbarth Outpost. It's Rigbarth. What's a seed?
Honestly.
Nice try.
This
Keep up.
town is called Rigbarth. It's kept safe from monsters by Seed, an organization dedicated to protecting people.
You know, that sounds familiar. Sounds familiar to this, mercenary kind of group from this, It's a game that ends with 8.
And the building you're standing in is Rigbarth Outpost, which is also known as the Silo.
I'll eventually stop being a sarcastic ass. Eventually. Clothes you're wearing are all torn up, so he's like, I didn't get touched! What did you do to my clothes?
Got it? Thanks. No need to thank me.
So, where did you come from? What brings you to our peculiar little slice of the frontier?
Honestly, I can't remember.
And that means what, exactly?
She supposedly has amnesia. So I'd only like you to run a soul sphere check.
Oh.
It's an arcade machine. Okay, it's not quite an arcade machine. Actually, now that I see that it's made out of stone, it does not look like an arcade machine. So untrusting. It's going to shatter or something. What's happening? Runes are nearly out of control. They can only mean one thing. You back away, stop blinding people. Let me guess, I'm an Earthmate. Who or what are you? That's what I'd like to know. It's not a normal reading. Normally, the soul sphere only gives off a faint glow, right? Bam.
Huh?
Oh, yes, right.
This one is no threat.
Ah.
No, never mind.
Important thing is that nothing suspicious came up on the soul sphere. It's squeaky clean. I'm not sure about that one. Thank goodness. Feel relieved? Well, I am at my depth here. For starters, what is a soul sphere? Soul sphere is a... you know. What is it? Only it quantifies the inner light of a living spirit, whatever that means. Offer your hand and it will reveal a lot about who you are. So because I blinded people, I'm basically the goodest of good people? I could use this. That sums it up. More importantly...
Don't have anywhere else to go? Then I have some work for you. Our only active ranger is away at Seed headquarters, so we're a little understaffed.
Putting it lightly, they're so short-handed we've had to work overtime, and we're just volunteers. Free room and board?
I don't know.
Sure.
Fending off a monster or two is one thing, but protecting a whole town? That's a lot.
Field Captain!
Cecil?
There's a mystery afoot, Captain Olivia!
Yuki's spectacles have been spirited away.
Yeah.
Lost her glasses
It's
again.
not that.
They vanished into thin air. It's a serious incident.
Sheesh.
You can.
Come on, Lucy, hurry! We need to investigate the scene before it's compromised.
He sounds entirely too enthusiastic. Oh, lousy. Sounded serious. Strange things always happen when Cecil, boy detective, is around. What qualifies as a mystery out here in the sticks? Yeah, I expected that. We're just a sleepy hamlet where nothing happens. As soon as your memory returns, you can pack up and go, but for now, we need all the help we can get.
Right.
Yeah, I don't exactly have a choice here. Let's put you to work. Priscilla, take our new recruit out back for some field training.
Huh?
Field, do you mean agricultural? Seed is a self-sufficient organization. You'll just start in the field. After that, the only thing limiting you is what you can do is my imagination. Uh-oh.
So,
I get to learn how to farm. Not that I didn't already know. Oh god. This in the field. Let me explain how farming works now, okay? Sure. No, I don't know what I was gonna do if you didn't want to listen. This way makes hands-on experience. So start by tilling this field for me. I say yes. This place seems like it's in pretty bad shape. To tell you the truth, no one's worked this field for ages. So let's clean it up first. Use the A button to pick up all the weeds and branches. Stick them in the shipping bin over there. I'm going to be honest, I would very much prefer to keep the branches. Oh. I don't get to put things in my pocket. Yet.
One, two. One, two.
Okay, this is supposed to work.
There.
I'm supposed to be able to throw stuff in. Okay. Weeds. I would rather keep this if I'm gonna be honest. That's a medicinal herb. At least based on the view that I've got here. Yeah, medicinal herb has a obvious use. Okay. You'll only pick up items of the same type. If you lock on, ship in. Throw stuff. Oh, I have to lock on. See, cheapo. Anything you don't understand just has me help. I mean, tilt the soil. Yeah, I understand this. Oh, right. That is not what I intended. Please and thank you. Okay, that look easy. If you use a better quality hoeing, you can till several squares at once. Chad, use these next. Some turnip seeds. Okay, and... I hate when they do this. It's like, here's 9, but you have grids of 8. Yoink.
Easy does it. There you go. Easy does it. There you
Thankfully,
go.
it won't use, like,
There you go.
accidentally use it like some of the older, like, Harvest Moon games would, if you don't have a valid spot.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, hi. B button, you can set multiple. Oh, great. I wish I had known that. See, cheap water pot. Go ahead and water the seeds with this. Okay. Gonna fill it with water. You got the little thing right there that tells you.
Watering time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I figured this trick out.
I hope it comes out okay.
Mash B. You'll keep moving. It'll dries out overnight. Make sure the water seeds planted every morning. Not on rainy days. No evaporating, heat tilling soil, sow weeds, watering whatever you plant. Can eat whatever you grow as is, cook something with them. Everyone in town would appreciate having something. Always leave your crops in the shipping bin to sell them for a profit. Someone comes by at 8 a.m., so make sure you put whatever inside. You wake up at 6, so you generally have a good amount of time to grab small stuff and ship it the very same day. One more thing. Seed more turnip seeds. How many more? You'll do just fine. Not many people could do all this work as easily as you did, especially not on their first try. Ranger, just like Earth mates. Not Earth maid, Earth mate. I don't precisely remember what they are, which is why I'm not going into it. You know, if that were true. Earth maids who rode dragons through the sky. They would tend the earth, and bring it to life, filling the world with runes. Oh, I'm sorry. Runes are, they're sort of like your stamina, or maybe your life force. Basically, if you work yourself too hard and use up all your runes, you'll collapse from exhaustion, so be careful. Yeah, you have a thing called rune points. It's the blue bar that you may recall seeing in the top left corner. Just underneath the green bar, which would be my health.
Are you okay? I'm sorry.
Sorry for pushing you so hard, let's call it a day. Switch to your weapons and power tools. Left and right. Yeah, I already saw that and figured that part out. The captain said you can use this room. It's yours now. Can we move the camera? In this silo? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This second floor room has always been empty, and Captain Olivia said that Rangers should live here. She did. Only safety won't be a problem. Right? She lives just downstairs, after all. People come by the silo all the time. If you need any help, I'm sure someone will be happy to lend you a hand. Maybe the other way around? Everyone around here is always eager to help each other out. I'll ask them for a favor or two. Go for it. That being said, right now your room only has a bed, a calendar, and a projector. Oh, it's not a camera for recording me. It's a projector. Use the calendar, check the date, see whether a festival or anything is coming up. Actually, let's view any cutscenes you've seen. Last up is your bed. After you go to sleep, you wake up at 6 AM, your HP and RP restored. If you don't sleep enough, you'll become fatigued, and you're also more likely to catch a cold. So make sure you always get a good night's sleep. If you feel tired, go to bed. Generally, that happens a lot earlier than you would think. Because it takes a bit for dungeons to be unlocked. And that does it.
Today. Rest up.
You are not gonna let me go
Take it
past
easy
you, are
and
you?
rest well, okay?
Why don't you rest in that bed for a little while? Yeah. Not allowed to even go into the... Not allowed to go in the closet. Like, I'm confined to the corner. Like, I'm in timeout. I'm confined to this corner. As you can see, you have a lot of save points. Here's everything else. Background, cutscene, ambient sound. You know, let's fix that. Auto, item, pickup. Subtitles. I'd like the subtitles, yeah. Okay, mini-map. I didn't save. I didn't save the config change anyway, did I? Nope, yeah I did. Okay, requests, events, side quests, and main story, just kind of another little help. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. This is all the people you've met. The ones with the hearts. Oh god, Wolfman, it says a heart. Is your romanceable options, while the ones with just a smiley face are the ones that will be your friends. This is the party screen, where you could see, like, the more in-depth stats of whoever or whatever you have with you. Recipes, self-explanatory. Skills. We'll get into skills when that comes up. Here's my inventory. I have a lot more inventory spaces than you normally have. I have a hat, I have a coat, I have an accessory, boot. Actually, I think boots was there. Boots, shield, and offhand. Rune abilities are basically spells. And obviously I don't have any right now. And then here's my character and their stats. You know, 10 attack, 2 defense. Very, very canon-y. Most of your building materials, now that I see it, over there, about middle left, There's a rock and a log. That's basically all your building materials. It's like, if you want to build something, generally you need a bunch of those. Let's see. No resistance to fire, water, earth, air, light, darkness. I'm not entirely oh wait, no, love. Love magic. Yes, it's a thing. Can you tell that I played, like, all of the games in this series? That's interesting. They've never had a night clothes scene before. It's always just collapse in the bed in whatever clothes you're wearing. Even have a portrait change.
Oh, you're awake. Morning. Good morning.
You too. Oh, she still doesn't trust me, huh? Solid case and missing glasses.
Yeah. Wow.
He's once feeling late. No, he's bored now. Yuki's glasses were sitting right on her head. Great! So it's always in the last place you look. Well, technically that's true, because the last place you look is where you're going to find it.
Sorry.
Hold back a yawn. Yeah, yawn, just yawn. It's really... Well, you're inside a house. It's not like a bird's gonna fly by and just decide to take a dump.
See?
That's the longer message, and you should go back to bed. Message for me?
Sure.
She wants you to introduce yourself to everyone in town. Good looking prickly. Oh boy. Bring up a map of the area, see everyone's current location, current where we're building, see inside. Choose to warp to places you've already visited. Y button to bring up a list of locations. Yeah, for playing it, Doug and Margaret will visit your town. I got some money. That was not what I thought it was. I wanted to check out this. It's my wardrobe. Normal wear, casual wear, Clorica, Fortes, Margarets, Shalpies, Ambers, Dolces, Picos, Sanjas. Huh. You don't let me wear the well, I suppose that makes sense. Inside. You can store armor and stuff in here, obviously. And, you know, you have the different outfits. What? Well, this is helpful. I wonder if I'm not supposed to be in here yet. Okay, now I have to be honest. I do like Forte's outfit. Forte's the one that I generally romance. Which one was Sanja? Oh, right. Sanja's the, Tides of Destiny. I always hated her hat. Okay, so this is... Yep. Yeah! Okay, where do I have 9 more slots? And if I pick this up, place it there, I can stash now, so I can put stuff in my pocket. I do like that. I'll get used to the controls eventually. Now, despite what they said about you need to plant the crops first, you don't need to plant the crops first.
Watering time. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay.
Okay, we have enough room for just that much. Why? Okay, fill
Easy
you.
does it. There you go. Easy does it. Easy does it. There you go. There you go. There we go.
It's like, yes, please keep going.
Easy does it.
Okay, that's all planted. I'm happy. Oh good, there's big old bubbles pointing me at buildings where I have not met people. Good. The blacksmith. Place where I'm gonna be, a friend for a while. You eventually have to learn how to start crafting your own weapons and armor. But, for a good bit, you don't get to do that, so you're reliant on what's for sale here.
Who are you?
Yeah, hi. I'm the local jester. New seed trainee. Staying in Rigbar for a while, wanted to introduce myself.
Sir, Master Derek, a new seed trainee's here.
What's that, Martin?
A new seed trainee is here.
A blue sea train's near where?
Please stay your hand for a moment, sir.
Oh, excuse me. Why didn't you tell me we got a customer?
Not a customer. Seed's latest recruit.
Yeah.
New kid in town. Granny Yuki told me about you. Name's Derek. I'm a blacksmith around these parts. Martin here's my apprentice. Must be rough, losing your memory. Wish I could help.
That's it, Martin. Show him the forge. Everybody on the anvil might knock something loose. You're putting me to work already? Keep it short.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, ready? Let's get started. Smithing allows you to make weapons and farm tools. Can't make much of anything without metal or any other materials. Normally you gather ore from dungeons with a hammer, but since you probably don't have any right now, you can use this. Receive some steel. You are standing awkwardly close with that portrait. You thank me, moving on. Why don't you start by making a longsword? Choose the make a weapon option and select longsword. You know, I thought smithing was going to take a while to access, but I guess they let me use their forge. Yeah. Make a longsword. Long swords are the two-handed swords, then short swords are the one-handed swords. As you can tell by the fact that I can make a claymore. They'll nest materials, perhaps we'll have bold letters, if not they'll have faded letters. Try making a claymore. I have some iron, not steel. Singing to Claymore. Can I see that? Golden Surprise. Did well for your first try. May have a talent for this after all. I do have a good teacher. Smithing is such an amazing art. I hardly believe that I turned a lump of metal into something like this. It's almost like magic. I really think so. Anyway, remember anything else? While we're doing this in the first place. In flash of inspiration, you could try eating some bread. Oh, that's back in this game. Bread, really? Did I stutter? Oh, right, you lost your memories. You learn new recipes by eating recipe bread. Okay, that's news to me. Depending on what you want to make, you can eat weapon bread or farming bread. Although sometimes you won't learn anything at all from eating them. That happens when your forging level or tool-related skill level is too low. In other words, it means you aren't ready to handle something like that yet. I'm still in training myself, so unfortunately there's not much else I can teach you. Sorry about that. Oh, don't worry, I learned a lot. Thanks very much. There are other breads, obviously. There are potion breads, there are accessory breads, and armor breads. You want to save some... get a forging license and own in your own forge. Oh. Use a directive to take the test for a forging license at Rigbarth Outpost. So for a forge, you can buy one at Studio Palmo. That's about it. Don't have any other business here? Please leave us to our work. Wasted enough of my master's time already.
Thank you very much.
Do I get to keep my claymore? You haven't introduced myself. No. Did I get to keep my claymore? Cool. If only I liked two-handed weapons. Okay, and these are generic NPCs. Who? Where? You? Speedy Colleen. Is it this house? General store. Yep.
It's a case.
Big old dots with a little tiny pointing where I need to go. Not the most helpful.
No.
Yeah, hi. We met yesterday.
Huh?
Do you mind putting that magnifying glass away? Actually, where are you staring?
I knew it.
Yeah.
How'd you know my name? Mr. Terry clued me in. A stranger without a past appearing out of nowhere. That's a real mystery. I had to see it with my own eyes.
Cecil. Show some respect. This young woman's predicament is nothing for you to get excited about. Oh, gosh, my apologies. I hope you'll accept my apology, too. I'm the one who got him all riled up over a new incident.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Are you Terry?
You are correct. Not that it was much of a riddle. I own the general store, but I work with Seed on the side. Here's to the start of a beautiful friendship.
I might need to adjust the background music, considering I cannot turn the volume up. Or the voice volume. Voice volume's already max.
Excuse me? Can I also be your friend?
Of course.
I don't exactly have a choice there.
Awesome! Thank you!
Especially if this is anything like Tides of Destiny, where you have to have everyone in town to a certain level of friendship in order to progress the story. Okay. I was going to go here. It's like, okay, that's good. I like the noise and all, but I can't exactly turn the, I like the music. It's very nice, calm, soothing. Is there anyone else in there? No. I guess everyone's in their house until I get to them. Oh, it's the bread shop, huh? Sweet Hearth. Let's see, raisin bread, bread rolls. I'm guessing you're the grandmother. Like fresh baked bread.
Welcome.
Bearded
Sorry
grandpa.
about that.
Not here to buy anything, as a matter of fact.
You're the new seed trainee, aren't you?
Oh, well, do you know who this is, Yuki?
One from the glasses incident.
Priscilla told me all about our new neighbor. That girl was positively beaming with excitement.
What a few kind words say about Seed's latest hire.
Isn't that...
Sorry. I hit A on accident. It's me. Look forward to getting to know you.
Same. I'm Randolph. My wife Yuki and I run this little bakery.
Feel free to drop in and chat anytime, even if you aren't looking to buy. Huh?
Wouldn't want to impose. Old-timers like us love nothing more than to chew the fat.
Well, I just want to catch up on the latest gossip. But my husband here lives for tales of adventure. Whatever you happen to hear through the grapevine, we'll be happy to lend an ear. Yeah.
Okay, there's the place where I get the recipe bread. It's not gonna do me any good right now. While weapon bread might give me, like, base level for the other weapons, like the spear and the fighty hammer and not the miney hammer, meh. There would also be the axe.
You little...
Wait. If you haven't guessed, everyone who gets an animated cutscene is a romance option.
Sorry.
Chasing after the brother. No, he's gone.
You okay?
I'm fine, thanks. Maybe. Something the matter?
It's nothing. I was wrong to be suspicious of you.
That's not what that cutscene said. Gotta hunt down Julian. Take my eyes off the kid for 1 second and he runs off to who knows where.
More like 2. You're in training, right? Give me a hand.
First one to catch him wins. Well, I guess I don't have a choice. Or do I have a choice? Okay, how many... Okay, there's these ones over here. There's this one over here. That looks like an important area over here. That is a big map. That is a big map. Those two are there. Lackadaisy? Huh. Rigbarth Clinic, the Blue Moon, the Crystalabra, and Studio Palmo. Well, let's go to the clinic, introduce ourselves to Simone again, and whoever else is here. Sure, you're going to run me through a tutorial for the pharmacy skill. Okay.
Simone?
Having some fun with those chemicals there?
Oh my.
Great, thanks for your help earlier. Doctor, it's my responsibility to apparently make yourself sick. I want years of medical training. I'm not very good at taking care of myself. Things I get to try the experimental treatments. Taking a test of medication. Yeah, apparently. Of course, can't very well use my patients as test subjects. Unless you'd like to donate your body to science. Well, as long as it won't hurt. Uh-oh. Only a joke. Sounds like she has a cold. Introduce myself to everyone yet. That took care of... Well, they took care of the cough, at least. Does not seem to have handled the sneezing. Okay, Crystal Labra. Oh, there, one there. I'm expecting to see a stout person with a very long face around here somewhere. Not this guy. Nope, it'll do.
Huh?
How unlucky. You are our 9,999th visitor. Had you been the 10,000th, I would have given you a crystal as a customer appreciation prize.
Okay, I'll be back in like 5 seconds. Let me head out the door and come back in. That is bad luck.
Yes, it sure is. So very unfortunate. How about this? Why don't you step out of the shop for a moment, then come back in?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I guess now I'm the 10,000th and first because you got here back in.
No, no, my friend. You should have asked me to step outside with you.
How can I help you? Training under sea? Yeah. But she's truly lost her memories. Lately I've been rather forgetful myself, so I can understand what you're going through. Let's see.
Where are my manners? I'm Hines, proprietor of this crystal shop.
Crystals are new, by the way. Happiness perhaps from a smile. Please punch to make your acquaintance. Treasures online. About that customer appreciation prize.
Ha ha ha!
I think crystal shop way out in the boonies could possibly attract the 10,000 visitors. Guess not. Technically, if you've got people popping in and out all day to talk to you, it'll happen eventually. You know, I just came into town and rescued a seemingly little girl. A little wolf girl from a sheep. You can contemplate that as you will. Now I'm introducing myself to everybody, while wearing a jester outfit. What is this place? Oh, it's the bathhouse. It's also where, Wolfman works. Rocking unintentionally. Wouldn't that mean you have too much energy?
Yo, if it isn't the hero of the hour.
There you go, enjoy Wolfman. A romanceable option in this game, by the way.
Murakumo,
Well,
The one and only. Given my offer any thought?
Just worked 8 hours, waking up at 5
There's
a.m.
plenty of
Oh,
room
that
for you to
sounds
stay at
fun.
my place. Perks of being the innkeeper.
Staying at the silo.
I'm glad that everything worked out.
Sure, you'll take seed like a duck
Hang
to
in
water.
there.
It's a jungle out there, but work hard and you'll get by.
If you ever need a break, come take a dip in our spa.
No better way to restore your health and energy.
Yes!
I don't think I've introduced myself to everyone yet. Well, as long as the game's not pointing me to talk to everybody, and it's just pointing me at bubbles, I'm not gonna go talk to everybody. Yep, there's who I was expecting. That's the face I was looking for.
Oh! Hello, person who I have never met. Feast your eyes on this! I, Palmo Criasse de Saint Coquille, have poured forth my entire being into this one sheet!
I don't know if it's been in quite every game. I'm not sure about Tides of Destiny, but there has been someone with this look by the name of, with the last name of de Saint Coquille in every game since the first one. They all have different jobs. It's a blueprint.
Correctamundo!
Overcome by a wave of pure emotion. Behold, the work of art that is also a toilet. Looks pretty sturdy. An eye for detail, totally random stranger. This porcelain throw could bear a dragon's girth. I'm doing good. I'm having fun. Been looking forward to this game ever since it was announced.
Joyous joy!
Look of bewilderment says it all. Getting ahead of
But
myself.
I am getting ahead of myself. Who, might I ask, are you?
hello.
The new seed trainee. Joining living in Rig Birth will make my rounds to introduce myself to everyone. Rune Factory is a very good series, very fun.
Gadzooks!
Feel the electric tingle of future inspiration. Well, obviously there's Rune Factory 4 also on Switch, like Special Edition, and this game. They're very good.
Your laziness is also inspiring, young Riker. How magnificently your work has piled up.
I'll get straight to it. Tomorrow. Today, I rest.
Depending on when she described it, I could definitely see that. A comparison that a lot of people more recently would get would be an anime-ish Stardew Valley. Although Rune Factory definitely predates Stardew Valley, considering that the first Rune Factory game came out on the DS. First Rune Factory game is also very limited and very much showing first in the series, Itis.
That is Riker, the apprentice carpenter under my tutelage. If I let him oversleep, he becomes completely useless.
Seems oddly happy about that.
And with that,
Yo, yeah, it just came out today. Like, it literally just came out today. And the last new entry, like, they remade Rune Factory 4 for Switch, so that one does not count. Rune Factory 4 was the last new game they made, and it was on the 3DS. I haven't introduced myself to everyone yet. Nope. I have to go take a look at a giant tree. Like, this is my last bubble to go check out. Actually, it's past the giant tree. Huh. It's like, I can see why I should be talking about this one, since it's brand new. It's also very different, because all the other ones previously were more like a top-down, an angled top-down perspective like this, with a wider view, whereas this one has more freedom of movement. There's Julian. Oh, he's with Hina.
Jeez.
Way stronger than you.
No?
You wish. Sounds like an argument. I'll show you.
Okay. Whoa.
I think I better break it up. And there's Big Sister.
Hold it right there.
I think you are butting in on a fair fight.
Lucy?
You might.
Here goes.
And he's down for the count.
Yay.
Let's see. Suggestion for chicken tenders. There's my suggestion for you.
Boo.
You're the only one home for 2 weeks, and you've been out of the house for all week. Just crying. So I tried to stop them. What an amazing battle.
Huh? Yo.
Oh, all day. Got beaten up and laying in the middle of the plaza, and here comes the big sister to rub it in your face, apparently.
Uh-huh.
I lost. Only down the dumps.
That was awesome! But next time, I'm gonna win for sure.
Training. Training fun. What a tough kid. Right? Toughness is pretty much the only thing he's got going for him. Only.
Hey!
Introduce yourself. I'll let him know about you later. Sure, thank you. Gonna keep up the hard work. Oh, wait. What about our competition? Oops, almost forgot. Let's call it a draw. Won't go so easy on you next time. Next time? Have I met everyone in town? Report back to field captain tomorrow. Now I should call it a day. It's already getting late. Oh, now I get the introduction to him?
What could it be?
What was that? Am I seeing things? I don't know. I mean, he looked very familiar. Couldn't possibly tell you who that is. I need to report back to the office once I finish my mission. Skill up. Oh, right. There's a sleeping skill. I forgot. Yeah, walking skill. Slowly improves with each step you take. Will increase your max HP, RP, and vitality stat. Skill for getting a good night's sleep. Higher levels raise max HP and slightly increase RP, strength, intelligence, and vitality. Did I get enough sleep again? And people have asked me to help them out with so many things. I mean, it's fun and makes me feel warm inside. If you ever need anything, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to. Yeah, she seems tired. Okay. Continue with the tutorial.
Captain Olivia. Yes.
Introduce myself to everyone in town.
Well?
Getting used to the small town life? I've been here for 2 days. How am I supposed to be getting used to it? Oh, you have plenty of time. Just take things at your own pace.
Hey!
Speaking of which, see the bulletin board by the silos entrance? Members of the community go there to file requests. I need someone to review the posts and help out any citizens in need.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Next mission, you will complete a request from the bulletin board. Once you resolve Priscilla's issue, you can report back to me. Okay, I'm sure I will care about that eventually.
Time to tackle another day.
Is that walking? Wait. Yep, that was walking. Okay, this is fine. I just need...
Watering time. Skill up.
And there's the watering skill.
Yes. All right. Watering time.
Now that we're out of the big part of the tutorial, like now we have skills happening. Please open the door. Once you read this, over to Silo and talk to Eliza. Seeing on how the request system works. Unlock the restaurant's door. Oh, that's why the restaurant wasn't open yesterday. So this box, why does it have a face? Box, how rude. This box just talk. Not a box. Despite my appearance, I do have, in fact, have a name. Saint Eliza. Sweetie, please make your acquaintance. Now that I think about it, you can actually hear me? First glance, you don't look too dependable, but I can see that you have potential. I do? Oh, don't mind me, I'm just talking to myself. You can change the game's difficulty level here. You have 3 options: easy, normal, hard. You're currently playing on normal. Let me know if you ever want to change it. You can also access the directive system here. If you'd like to give it a whirl, please take a look at the first directive task on the request on the task board. You accepted the request that Livy posted. You just figured you'd give it a try? I hope you decide to take this a little more seriously. Well, since Livy chose you for this task, I guess I have no choice. So I'll say you're qualified enough to use the directive system. What exactly is that? How am I qualified enough to use it? The hint's in the name. The system lets you make rules that affect the whole town. You'll understand everything faster if you try it out for yourself. Let's dish out some directives. Sure.
Let's get to work.
My backpack is magically bigger. Not bad at all. Looks like you're getting the hang of this. Just as you did now, you can use seed points to make all sorts of new rules that'll help the town grow. What are seed points? Saw them displayed in the upper right corner while making that directive just now. It represents how much people trust you in numerical form. You'll earn more seed points by helping people out around town, or taking care of unruly monsters. You can even earn them by shipping items or chatting to people every day. Depending on how well you do, you can also earn them during festivals. Festivals? Did I say you can interrupt me? No, I think not. In any case, let's try making a directive for a festival. First, I'll set you up with some seed points as a little present. Receive 1,000 seed points. Don't make me work any harder than I have to, okay? Alright, let's dish out some directives. Festival. Cooking festival. Bean contest festival. Or fishing variety. Obviously, I can't do the flower festival. Yet. Buffa move? Uh-oh. Cooking contest is a little soon. I'm not going to be able to participate. Bean contest does not require any skill. If it's the same as Rune Factory 4.
Yes!
Doing plenty well, all things considered. Since you're still learning the ropes, I'll keep an eye on you for a little while. You won't be able to issue many directives at first. You'll gain access to more over time. Try solving some big cases or talking to the townsfolk. Even try acquiring some new furniture. Well, I was just thinking. From what I can tell, making directives seems like a pretty serious responsibility. Like, shouldn't the mayor or somebody important be in charge of this? Wait a minute, does that mean... Right, this used to be Livy's job. Her job. Then why am I in charge now? There's no way I could take on such an important job. Stop panicking so much. True, making directives does give you a lot of power, and depending on how you wield that power, you can make a lot of people unhappy, or happy, or very unhappy. But directives aren't the be-all and end-all solution to every problem, and like I said, you're limited in what you can do at first. Still no buts. Just listening to me, what happens next depends entirely on you. Only you can decide whether you want to wield this power. You don't have to issue directives if you don't want to. It's a perfectly reasonable option, especially since dealing with all this is a pain in the butt for me too. But you can actually hear my voice, and Libby picked you out herself. So with you in charge, I think we can pull off some pretty amazing things. You certainly seem less enthusiastic about this. Cheer up. I'll go ahead and tell Libby that you completed her request just fine. Okay, completed. Talk to Eliza. I don't know what to do with that, so I guess we'll just, Good job. Glad you and Eliza seem to be getting along. I hope you get lots of work done together.
All right!
4 more turnip seeds. Use furniture. Storage box. Okay, we'll deal with this first. That's not the restaurant. Here for my request? Yep. So what's the problem? This the locked door? Yes. Alright, it won't open. Did you lose the key? No, but my big sister has the only copy.
Is that so?
Alright, then we need to go find her. See, that's the thing. She's inside the restaurant, but she has to come out in days.
What?
Think something happened in there? You have to do something. Bust the door down.
No way! Priscilla!
Do I have your permission to break down the door? Okay, I'm on it. Bust it down.
Ouch!
Won't budge.
What's up?
What's going on? Still, sister is locked inside, but we can't get in. Step aside. he gonna bust it down? Oh, he's got a hammer. Sturdier than it looks.
Priscilla, is it okay for me to pulverize the door?
Oh, he's also got a hammer. Probably.
Wait a moment.
Riker.
Come on.
Swear blacksmiths are all brawn, no brain. Guess when all you've got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
I don't want to hear it from a halfling who's barely cut out for carpentry.
Shut it. He'll eat those words eventually. I see.
He picked the lock. Well, I guess we didn't have to break down the door.
Wow!
Someone like me, this lock's child's play.
Impressive. You'd make a fine locksmith.
Or a fine thief. A life of crime might actually suit you.
Who'd he steal from out here?
What?
Go on, laugh it up.
Come on.
Someday I'll be Palmo's right-hand man, you'll see. Payback as soon as I... Don't mention it.
We're doing this for a reason, right? Get in there.
Priscilla! Yes!
Okay, so what's up with the sister who's been locked in here? Yeah, the place looks clean.
Elsa! Help!
Did I just hear something? It's another wolf girl. A romanceable wolf girl. Puka. Not what I expected. Where's my sister?
Elsa.
Of course, I should have guessed. That is so typical of her. Priscilla, who on earth is this? That's right, you two haven't met. This is Puka. She works part-time at our restaurant. Says she's happy to meet you. Likewise, or, should I say rawr? She understands you just fine. Really? Says she knows lots of words.
Wow!
Incredible. I know, she's very determined to learn. No, I mean, you're incredible, Priscilla. How can you understand what Fuka means? Well, that's easy. I'm sure you'll pick it up as you get to know her. Fuka's language is less heard than seen. Seen? This is getting complicated. Funnily enough, in the actual paper manual that came with this game, there is a little, at the back, a list of phrases to try and learn the, her language. I saw it, I'm like, what is this and why is this here? Can you repeat that, please?
What? Your name?
Oh. One more time.
Wow. What's your name?
What's your name?
Amazing.
Never seen anyone catch on so quickly. Strange, as I watch her hand gestures and facial expressions, the words just kind of formed in my mind. I understand, now you and I are friends.
Thanks.
Thanks for being my friend.
And?
That was human speech. I'm learning lots of new words from Priscilla. Fuka's teaching me the language of were animals in return. And so I'd love to learn more from you sometime.
That's great.
What's going on? Oh dear God.
Elsa!
Good morning, Priscilla.
Jeez!
Gone for days. I've been worried sick.
Sorry about that. Walking home is just such a pain.
Had enough. I'm gonna put up a reminder here, so you make sure you read it every day.
Okay. Jeez, what a pain.
Priscilla's sister, right?
How about you?
And you are? New seed trainee. It's a pleasure to meet you. Like you wouldn't use their indoor voice.
Jeez!
Hey, introduce yourself. She's just being polite. I wish my friend who has a
In case you
headache was
couldn't
here.
tell, Priscilla's the younger sister. That's why I get the honor of running this dome. Speaking of, I'm due for another nap. Mind taking over for a week or two?
2 week nap. I don't think I can do that. Sorry about her. Elsa gets cranky when she wakes up. Just glad she's okay.
Thank you.
So, little thank you for taking care of my request.
All right!
Okay. That is some healing potion. Where is the... there it is. Like a daisy. Do I recognize your face? No, I do not.
Hi. How are you?
Actually, yes, I do. Excuse me. I hate to interrupt you, but... Are you talking to me? I am. I want to introduce myself. Aren't you polite? Nice to meet you. I'm Margaret. I'm traveling the world, composing new songs as I go. All the new scenery, new places, and new people I encounter make for such wonderful inspiration. I can imagine. What a fascinating life you must lead. I drop by this town every once in a while, so if you see me, feel free to say hi. This is one of the characters who visits town because I have Rune Factory 4S data on the Switch. I'm pretty certain she's also one of the romanceable options in the game, so... Not this game, but in the 4. Yeah, I have a clock now. I didn't before. Okay, just the one weed. Don't have an axe to deal with the, branches. And if they give you a storage box as a housewarming present. You know what to do with furniture? Well, it doesn't really matter if you do or not. Don't, because I'm going to tell you anyway. How helpful. Take the storage box, you can stick pretty much anything in it except for food and other perishables. Place your furniture wherever you want. If you feel like redecorating, then inspect a piece of furniture and say pick it up and move it. You also destroy furniture that's getting your way, but I wouldn't recommend doing that to anything of sentimental value. Basically, you can leave a storage box in your room. Try playing around with it a little later, just see what it can do. Yoink. Now I have that. Why do I have 2 beds in my room? Who else sleeps in this room with me?
Yes!
Once Bruce help you play on my furniture, head over to Studio Palma. Okay, new shop inventory, lumber material stone box. With an axe. Oh good, they removed the limitation. Sunny salutations. Had a chance to use our humble shop's little services yet? We don't take cash for our payments, you pay us in lumber and other materials instead. And so I'd like you to have this. Received a cheap axe. Use the axe to chop some branches on your field and turn them into lumber. Do I have any branches on my field? One.
Nice.
Well, I guess eat it.
Time to eat.
Do I have any other branches on my field? Well, I guess not. We just need a place to store your materials, so I shall bestow upon you a lumber stone box. Use this to store both lumber and material stone. Once it's full, please visit Studio Palma. Okay, toss it. Oh, that. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a lovely quality. No, do not do that. That would be very bad. That would be like end of the restart the damn game bad. It's like in previous games, this box has not had a deposit all button. So yes, lovely quality of life change there. And when I was talking about the limit on requests, they introduced this system in Rune Factory 4, but you could only do 3 a day, so you were required to space out each tutorial for all of this. Place a turnip in the shipping bin. New shop inventory. Okay, I can't do this yet. You started doing farm work, so walk in the park. Sure you know what you're doing. Worried about you, I hope you don't mind if I give you a little test. Here's a turnip, see if you can ship it properly. Never mind, I don't have to do a little waiting. It takes turnips shipping into the ship. I was expecting to have to wait on a turnip to grow. Okay, and that has to be picked up first, which means I can't do anything with that for today. Okay.
Well done.
Completed your mission. Young people did all the work. I barely lifted a finger.
Ah.
That's being expected at first. Keep tackling the task board. That's how you'll improve. I should take on lots of requests. Let me put on my captain hat and explain how they're categorized. Come directly to us with requests. Most of the time you'll find them posted to the task board. Anyone in town who has a problem or a request they'd like us to take care of, post it there. You only accept a limited number of... Ah, great. At least that's more than 3, apparently. So choose whatever you think you can handle. See how much progress you've made on a request right here. You decide you can't finish a request, then open up the camp menu and cancel it in the Ranger's Notes page. Do my best to see every request to completion. Good answer. I like your attitude. Just don't bite off more than you can chew, alright? Mostly receive requests related to finding lost items or making deliveries. Sometimes we even receive requests to deal with monsters that have run amok. Sounds kinda dangerous. Just a bit, yeah, but that's when Seed's supposed to step in. Monsters enter our world through gates. The equipment we use to fight them has been enchanted with a spell called Tamataya. The spell sends any monsters we defeat right back to their own world, the Forest of Beginnings. So that's how it works. By the way, you should take this. Receive a beginner's crest. What's this? Open up the camp menu and go to the Ranger's Notes and look for Seed Crests page. You can equip it there. It should protect you for the time being. Usually you earn quests by using your catch skill to capture wanted monsters, but I'll make an exception for this one time. We can discuss this in detail later. I think that should do it for now. Respond to whatever requests you please, so there's no need to push yourself too hard. Okay, well, let's go check that out. Increases your vitality and lets you use your bath freeze, so you can't... But it's only for newbies, which means you can't... Oh, okay. I'll take that. The baths will eventually start charging me, obviously. And it's generally, like, cheap. By the time I'm probably going to have to start paying, I'm also probably going to have a lot of, forging and crafting. I'm probably gonna have a lot of money. Okay. Upgrades, expand bag, expand storage box, expand wardrobe. I don't need any of those right now. What's in other here? Break all furniture. I can remove all hats that I gave as presents. Now they're mine again. Okay.
Hey!
Julia around, little sketch again.
Honestly.
Don't want to worry about. Now I gotta keep my eye on you. I mean, much memories, right? I know you're not a weirdo or anything, but a girl's gotta wonder. You make a life for yourself in Rigbarth, like, at all? You don't remember to eat your veggies and get enough sleep? You get along with your neighbors, say hi to them, and send them the right greeting cards at the right times? Will you be nice to Priscilla? Will she want to be friends with you? When someone's buy one, get 7 free special on the worry aisle, how am I supposed to turn my back on them? Standing right here, you know. Oh right, I was in the middle of something. Gotta go find Julian.
See you later.
See anything, let me know. Okay, Let's see now. Treating you as if you're his biggest rival. Something happened between you? I don't know, I hadn't talked to him. Why is my HP so god low? Wait. Hold on. Okay, I think I understand what happened. I think that is the badge I put on, so my HP is technically low, but also at the same level it's supposed to be. What's my vitality at? Vitality is at 5. Increases your vitality, lets you use the bathroom. Well, I guess if the bath is free and I can potentially leave town and go get in a fight, I better heal.
Yo!
Let's hear I'm happy to see you. How the inn works. Inn is baths. Get water straight from the source. All natural hot springs bath here. Aims to wipe out any fatigue. Throw medicinal herbs to medicinal bath. Let's see, here's a little freebie just for you. Your first 5 baths are on the house. Okay, Murakumo's room. Toy Herb room. Pink Cat room. Oh, these are different rooms named after different flowers.
Yeah.
Everyone's helping out a lot. Any kind of problem, give a holler. Thank you for saving Hina and all.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
I cannot tell if it's mixed bathing or not. You wear a bathing suit, not a towel. Okay, and there's the bathing skill. Okay, what other skills we have? I'm pretty certain we have a talking skill. Water for watering. Earth, wind, farming for doing the hoeing and stuff. Logging for chopping. Walking, sleeping, bathing. Leadership. I think leadership was from talking to people. Now the question is, will it stop me from exploring? Big Barth Gate. Apparently it won't. Sheep. Sword skill. There's a gate. Actually, the gates are on the map, which is interesting. And that would be... that's the map. Okay, I just got this. A charm. Critical resist. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. Sheepies.
Take that!
Ow.
Take that! Nice. Nice.
Okay, and that automatically picks up and goes away in the river. That's a good quality of life thing as well. Like, not having to stop and pick something up. Okay, here's something a little more threatening. Basic level enemy. And yes, we have levels. Okay, bluegrass, medicinal herbs. This might be the entrance to the first dungeon.
Nice.
More turnip seeds to plant. Okay, and this is blocked. Huge tree color. Okay, that's definitely a dungeon. I just don't know if it's the first one. It is close enough to town. But that doesn't mean anything. Hold up.
Nice.
Sheep claw. Murder the sheepies! Oh. Hold on. A fleecy. That's new. It's pink and it had a flower in its hair. Hi, orc. Sneak attack or back attack or something. Get some level ups, increase my RP, my HP, all my other stats, this, that, and the other. Sheepies. Ow. Ow. I'm looking for any potential way to break the game. Short sword skills increasing now. Perform dash attacks. R to dash. B button to launch to a dash attack. Dodge into an enemy's attack pressing the R button right before it hits. You perform a perfect dash, which causes everything to slow down. Oh, I didn't know there was dashing. Perfect dash. Launch power. Okay. Dragon. Okay, you know what? Interestingly, in previous games, you would heal from leveling up. Oh, subdue different kinds of seeds. Potter seeds, pumpkin seeds. Squirrel! so you have a ranged attack. Huh.
Take that!
Okay, this is cheap fur. I do like this combat. Combat's changed. Okay. Okay, seal the gate. Gate's been irritating me.
All right, all right.
Get logging up, because I need logging up to get better access. Okay, auto pickup. What's up here? What's over here? Oh, an orc archer, huh? An orc hunter. That seems a little bit unfair. I mean, I saw I had, was doing no damage, but, you know, you're not invincible. You collapse on spot, someone has to bring you here. If that happens too often, you have to pay a hefty fee for my services. Completely opposed to the idea. It gave me opportunities to do some more experiments on you. Keep an eye on your RP as well. Run out RP, you begin to lose HP instead. Yeah, did not know that. Pulling an all-nighter will leave you feeling fatigued, cause you to lose to RP faster. You may even catch a cold that gradually drains your HP. You're still young, so you should feel right as rain after sleeping a day away in your bed. Should you take a bath, eat lots of good food, and get plenty of sleep every single day. That's what I like to hear. Oh, one more thing. You'll naturally cover RP by standing still. That's new. Just joined Seed. Name's Julian Wright. Alright, listen up. I'm not gonna let you one-up me forever. Work super hard and get way stronger than you, then I'll be the one rescuing Hina. I feel like I had some conversations out of order here. Okay, I very much did not learn my lesson, so... Although I did learn...
Delicious!
Restore my HP. Okay, now where was that location? Like this way, correct? Look at all the sheep. Yeah, I don't care about the sheep. I care about other things. I care about doing something dumb. Like, if we're going to be quite honest... Okay, how are y'all looking? Y'all are red. Okay. See, here's the fun thing about games like this. You have to stand still to be hit. Although, those things might be a problem. Paragon, an antidote potion. Magic says no thank you, please. I desire loot. Although it's not gonna give me very much. Ooh. Just an iron box, huh? Oh, that looks fun. Huh. Yeah, I don't have the ability to mine yet. I don't recognize those. Which means I don't know what they can and cannot do. I recognize that the portal is an earth element portal, which means if I was using an earth element weapon, it would be a pain in the butt to destroy it. Okay, Goblin-y outpost. You know, this would probably be a little smarter if I had the emergency get the hell home button. Although I do technically do. I have the ability to warp. You are red, right? Yep. Yeah, hi. How y'all doing? Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. I'm here to be stupid! Although those things are suddenly extremely worrying because I know what those things are and I don't like them. Oh, hi! Hi, how are y'all?
Great!
Received 800G, huh? Yeah. Okay, field or other field. See ya! I came out here, I got what I needed, and I'm gone. Excuse me, I'm not quite done being stupid yet. We need to go back out there. Let's see you again. Feel better now? Oh, you're the other one, aren't you? No. Oh, you are Doug. I was like, hold up. Let me introduce myself. Doug, you. Drop by this town every once in a while. You see, I hadn't seen you around before. I'm curious, so I thought I'd say hi. Or to each other in the future. Give me a holler if you see me around. That tower looks, interesting and suspicious. Can I get in that tower? Can I go? How dumb can I be? How dumb will the game let me be? How much can I break the game? Oh, it's the chickens! Yeah. Medicinal herb. This looks like a special place. Toy herb seeds. There's the cows. Okay, so you got the basic farm animals available out here, just easily in reach. In a taming area. These are hornets. But what's up here and what's being guarded? Hi, orc. Yeah, excuse me. Bob, weave, Bob, weave, Bob, weave. It's like, look, I'm brave, not dumb. Mark Archer. That was a little close for comfort. You gotta admit. Excuse me. Give me those. Give me those. Give me those. What we got up here? A water gate. Right next to a lake? You didn't say. These are ruins. Whoop! Nope, nope. Keep that away from me. Please and thank you. Cannot see magic, cannot predict the magic. Although if spells are anything like what I'm familiar with, I might actually be able to predict them. Might be a safe place to run away from. You know, thank you. Yeah, I need to find a safe place to teleport away, because it looks like in order to account for the changes, I cannot just instantly zip away to safety. That tower is open. Oh dear. My stupidity about to get me into trouble. Oh, a mimic! How lovely. Is there a chest up there? No, it does not seem like it? Okay. Guiding tower. Rune abilities and magic. Using rune abilities and magic drain your RP allows you to unleash powerful attacks to cause various effects. Set them to the X or Y button to use them. Do this, open bag, it's like rune abilities. X or Y button, reduce, yeah. Equipping a staff. Uh-huh. Yeah, about that. Rune abilities. Dark Ball.
Take that!
Okay, I'm very much not supposed to be here, so... First, let's hit this. Oh! I guess I'm not allowed to go in there. Oh, look, it's an elephant.
All right!
See a chest over there. I'd like to hit the gate. Okay. Okay, chest up here. Is it guarded? Does not look to be. A shield. No, that's a... Oh, no, that's a spear move. Okay. It looked like a shield. Okay, walking's up. Yeah, I'm not going over there. I don't know what those things are. Like, I'm likely to get myself killed. I'm not going to enable it as much as possible. Oh. You know, I could turn the game on easy. That might make it not as bad. But where's the fun in that? Okay, apparently I have some iron ore. I have some meals. I have some flour. Antidotes, paragon, pumpkin, and fodder. Oh, that'll help. I really wish I could get rid of the bigger stumps and stuff on my field, but you do need a better axe for that. Well, at least I've taken care of what I need to take care of. Okay, no requests available yet, because this has not picked up yet. Although...
All right.
those are fun. Those little orbs that showed up are runes. If you find them, they'll give you a random skill up. So once we get these in, let's go take a look at what our skills are looking like. Short swords up, earth, water, light, dark. I got some in love and light, searching, sleeping, defense, bathing. Not entirely certain what I got them in. Okay, I can get rid of those. Okay,
Nice.
okay.
Yes.
I like having a clean workplace. Okay, so I just need to get the tutorial on mining. Obviously, this is eating a lot of my stamina for the day, and if I had realized that I could do this now, I probably would have gotten those rune points after doing this. Tossing all 39 on hand. Okay, that is... okay, that is taken care of. Okay, how... did not mean to do that. How many... 7, 4, 4, and 4. Okay, so actually that's kind of perfect. Because I can just do the turnips here. Okay, 4, 4, and 4. That's a lot of HP taken for that. I accidentally hit the X button to cast the spell when I meant to go in my inventory. I'll charge you my money! vegetables, cooking. Yeah, this would have done me a lot of good. Yeah, that would have done me a lot of good. And I suppose that's what happens. It's like new game, new control system, things are a little bit different. Especially when you're used to X and thus the triangle position on a PS4/5 controller being menu.
Easy does it, easy does it. There you go, there you go. Easy does it, there you go. There we go.
Farming skill.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Easy does it. There we go. Easy does it. There you go. There you go.
Ah!
There you go.
Oh, that's not gonna be fun. That's not gonna be fun.
There you go.
Especially with how different fodder grows.
Go.
Oh.
Easy does it.
Unfortunately, I can't just pick up the seed and move it. Or if I can, I don't know how.
Grow big and strong, okay? Watering time, watering time. Fill up. Watering time. Huh?
Okay.
Grow big and strong, okay? All right.
Okay, I've got that. I've got all that planted. I've gotten all of the, gotten the turnip shipped, which means I don't have to worry about it after all. Have more seeds to grow as a little reward. Spinach wilts pretty easily, so make sure you give it plenty of water. For spinach and potato seeds. Oh boy. Means more planting.
All right.
Okay, gift an item. Give someone a toy herb, a cheap sickle. Don't you make friends with more people? Please give this toy herb to someone to make them happy. Someone present will be in your hands. Okay, go up to them and give them the 8 one. Okay, Lucy, get back here. Just because you were the first person I recall seeing. Here, I'll take that, thanks. Cheap sickle. Cheap sickle I found at home is a word. Use it cut grass. Use it on crops, you'll get seeds from them. Please become good friends with everyone in Rigbarth. Yeah, the sickle is a very good tool for breaking things. 5 food, deliver an item. Buy some food from the general store. Switch. Fine. Not shopping town yet. We have all sorts of lovely shops. No, we only sell bread. Just not one real item. It's shopping at general store. So much there. You have. Take this, but go buy yourself some rice there. In trouble? Use large search on the shelves. Okay. Okay, and then I got a cold medicine, I'm assuming. Why do I have a thing over the bats? Are you not open yet or something? This is the general store, right? Come on. Walk to the thing or something. Asking general stores, like a little bit everything. Seeds, tools, collectibles, I'm stuck right now. Doug. Yeah, I'd love to buy something. Apparently that's not allowed. Nice to meet you. Yeah, okay, how do I shop?
Welcome.
Okay, there we go. You wanted me to buy some rice.
Come back again.
Okay, those will be useful later. Rice flour, wine. Okay, buy food at the general store. And what is my other request? Cold medicine to Riker. I assume up there, yeah. I suppose on my way by I'll hit up the inn bath house and see what's going on there.
I see you're full of energy. Hey.
Who are you again? Joined Siege just recently. A pleasure to meet you.
But...
worked alongside you. Hi. What I meant. Okay. Let's go make sure we do this properly. Apparently I have to buy the cold medicine? Isn't cold medicine expensive in this game? I think I'm recalling a yes, and I'm not looking forward to this.
Feeling well?
Chemistry license, year 1, you can buy a chemistry set, Studio Palmo. What do you have for sale?
Welcome.
Round off. Recovery potion. Paragon.
Thanks.
Well, I guess I don't get to do this request for a while. Okay, what do you want? Hina? What's going on? What's wrong?
Mommy.
Uh-oh.
She had a dream about her mom. Or kid.
Any idea where her mother could be?
Before you saved Tina, she and Misa got separated. We've seen neither hide nor hair of her since.
Huh?
Oh
I know
no.
my sister. If she made it to civilization, she would have sent word by now. She's probably still lost in the woods.
Oh boy.
So... I miss my mommy.
Cry, I'll look for your mother.
You will? Really?
almost here, so I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Oh boy. Yep, the Whispering Woods. The dungeon that I found yesterday that I couldn't go into. Okay. Well, let's continue doing as many of the tutorial requests as I can. So you finish a little shopping trip. Meanwhile, okay. Let's cook simple dishes. Interested in cooking? Buy a cooking table.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely need to have this out. Okay, where's the hammer? Thank you. Smart stone's best to say. Break rocks, boulders, and field samurai. Yes. Please. I mostly want these gone. And those will nail things back down. Or until fields, basically. Could you? Thank you. I just want my field to myself, basically. It's like, I don't care too much about the rest that is around here, I just want the field to myself. Oh! I guess I gotta deal with it. I guess I gotta deal with it. It's like, I'm pretty certain I can't even replace those seeds. I'm pretty certain that was pumpkin, which really sucks.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
At least I'm not gonna be doing any stone work around here
There we go.
anytime soon, anyway.
Easy does it. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Watering time. All right. I hope it comes out okay.
Okay, that's all good. Okay. $19 stone. I could have a little more. And he's gonna give me 4 rocks. Solve any problem. Okay, here, strike by accident. Collect metals and gems. Need them for good furniture. And for good, like, weapons and stuff, too.
Nice.
Try fishing. Okay. Been fishing up a storm lately. Become a master angler at this rate. Even though fishing's so much fun, don't see any other people doing it. So here's a twig with a string on it. Okay. I mean, that is what this is. Okay, down here in the ocean. At least I assume I can get to the ocean here. Festival grounds. Oh, so rocks and twigs will run up here, and I can deal with that, huh? Oh, there's a fish that I want to catch. Come here, buddy.
Hope I get a bite. There! Okay, let's catch a big one. You're mine! Skill up!
Okay, that's useful. I wish I had mashed the button to catch the big one, but you know. Eventually, I'm not going to be able to, Big fishing, can they call you biggest rival? Save money. Lest's outfit. Put some grass in the fertilizer bin. Okay. Take care of Lest's and Frey's. Interesting. Harvest a potato. I can't do that yet. I'll take it. Growing any veggies, maybe they got a challenge. Yeah, so harvest potatoes. Planting seeds, helping them grow. Yeah, I've got the potatoes planted. From, like, finding them out in the wild. Okay. Appreciate it. Tired, grow afterwards. Soil can get so tired no crops will grow in it. When that happens, use some fertilizer to return it to normal. Put grass in the fertilizer bin. Yeah. I don't think it needs good diet fertilizer. Oh, I remember this system. Trust me. I remember this system. Eventually you get the ability to make chemicals, fertilizer, and suddenly it does not matter. Smash that ore with a hammer. Okay, take care of the orcs. Lests. Attack by orcs, whole orb of them, in fact, and then that's the numbers. Take out 2 of them to do the trick. Yeah. Lest and Frey are the name of the main characters from Rune Factory 4, which is why these 2 are giving it to me. Like sparkly things. Haven't seen many of them around lately. Heard you mine minerals for ore if you have the like iron. Iron shiny, I want to see some. Use a hammer. So please find some more. Find it in dungeons. Okay, now I'm at the point where I can continue. I do really wonder what the difference is between a woolly and a fleecy. There's gotta be one.
All right.
Can live off the land, chests will spawn.
Take that! All right!
Okay, those 2 are completed. And because I did so much grinding, my level's high enough so I have a good amount of strength. And my sword skill's pretty high too. Here, fallen tree up the road. Took all the lumber to Studio Palmo. Okay, good. Into the dungeon. Possible to fail while upgrading something. You don't have to worry about losing equipment. Something unique effects. I honestly should have gone to the blacksmith and bought armor. But at the same time, there could be armor in here. Swear I blacked out. I collapsed, Tina's cry woke me up. Nice, it came from up ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Glad to see I was right. Wasn't completely armor. That was just a shield, but a shield is a shield. HP plus 20. Okay, that should take care of my RP. When you're stuck, come across areas to trap you when you enter them. You must defeat every gate or defeat every monster in the area to proceed. Okay. Murder, murder. Some iron. Okay, I want to be on the lookout for mining spots because I'm going to need them. A viscous liquid. Damn. How dare you? Honestly, gates should be your first priority, unless you really want to grind, and you're confident. Because otherwise, like, the monster will just continually respawn, and eventually you might get overrun. Say, do we have scrap material around here? And yes, we do. Oh, a staff. That's interesting. Like Arceus beetles. Sheesh. Okay, that's why that's blocked off. Mysterious mushrooms. Insurance one. Okay, so that's way in I can't go. I don't care about grabbing the wood from those. Okay, so next room, and then we can check out the water and everything. Or bug. That insect jaw. Ribbity. And water gates. Salted pike and flour. Viscous liquid from these frogs. And some armor. Yep, that's what I expected. Just a shirt, but, you know, shirt's shirt. It's like I am moderately more defended. I do like that you can just juggle them infinitely. It's like you're not allowed to have a move. Oh, the sword ability, huh? Copper and amethysts. Oh, earth crystals and amethysts. I thought that was copper. Although that might be copper.
Nice. All right. All right. All right.
Earth crystal, scrap metal, iron. Okay. Whispering Woods Depths. Oh boy. Well, I know what I'm doing. Nine-tailed fox, huh? This will be my first boss? Monster? It's huge. The thing is a danger to anyone who wanders into the forest. Oh, okay. Apparently I leveled up enough that this thing has a 0 chance against me. Although now it's enraged, so... Okay. Call me overpowered. Look. Transformed into a human.
Give her back.
Huh?
My precious Hina.
She's a were animal. Is this what I think it is? I have to bring her back to town.
Huh?
There's a dragon flying in the sky. It's like, hi, what's up? I'm trying to rescue this fox woman. It's my luck. No choice but to fight.
Huh? You'll give me a lift?
Understand what it's saying, just like with Fuka. Take us to a park. I mean, I guess that's a yes. Fly, my dragon. Fly. No, don't do that kind of flying. I'm pretty certain I just would have fallen off.
Hey!
Simone, is Misa gonna make it? Well, I think so. Needn't worry. She's malnourished and in shock, but she doesn't have any serious injuries. All she needs now is rest. Let's see.
Mommy?
Oh, that's a lot of people live, huh? Sheesh. Poor Hina.
I owe you another debt of gratitude. Thanks for getting her back to us. Take this.
Hina needs the least we can do.
All right.
Okay, what are these, and do I feel like risking them? Those are definitely breads of some sort. Inventory is also looking pretty full. Gotta make steel sword. I need a forge. Amethyst rod. I'll need a forge. See what ails you. Yeah, you have cold medicine for sale yet? Apparently not.
Thanks.
Increase the level of the seeds. Yeah. I love increasing the level of seeds. It's very broken. Especially with certain crops. St. Coquille Street.
All right.
What is that glowing? Huh. Well, that's interesting. No, don't do that. In fact, I'd prefer you do that. Yeah, don't do that either. Okay. Okay, Claymore. Well, I'm not gonna use it, so stash that away. Will probably actually need scrap iron at some point. Yeah, let's put those in. You know, I don't think I need the mushrooms. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I need mushrooms. Let's not.
Easy does it. There you go. There you go. There we go.
I
There you go.
kinda dislike
Easy
that.
does it. There we go. Watering time. Grow big and strong, okay?
Okay, well, that's going well. Yeah, what are we gonna do about this, dragon? I suppose that's what I need to head in here for. Oh, they're waiting in there. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna go hit up this. Thanks for being such a big help. Mentioned this before. You know, someone went around putting monsters in their place. Person here, I'd like you to have this. Receive less outfit. Thanks for your help. Someone I know. Brought us back. Memories back. Phrase outfit. But that, huh? Why?
Let me know if you have any problems.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2.
Make friends. Raise everyone's friendship. Oh god, there's we go. Talking people, give them presents the other way, but wish them. What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, how am I doing? Okay. Yeah, things aren't exactly going well, like, at all. I guess that's where I don't have it.
Yeah.
I heard the exploits from Yuki's worm mill. You've done quite the good
We
deed.
can stop calling you a trainee. Huh? I hereby recognize you as an official ranger. Take this spell seal.
Spell seal? Yep, now pay attention. Press the L button and you're done. It's easy. That's it? Is that enough of an explanation? You have an insatiable appetite for knowledge. Is that a bad thing? This tool lets you catch monsters, only seed rangers may use it. It also proves you belong to seed. Like I said, it's easy to use. Throw your spell seal at a target and temporarily catch hold of them. You can't catch every monster on the first try though. Some of the more violent ones can be a real handful. You'll have no choice but to throw your spell seal at them several times before it works. I end up with snatching whatever special items they have on them. It's just something to keep in mind. You can't throw it around willy-nilly, you have to wait for a cooldown period before you can use it again. Last but not least, let me tell you for a power catch. Hold down ZL before throwing it, and you can connect with your target. Once you can have temporary allies, even find one inside you. Don't leave after a day, so don't forget, it's only a temporary alliance. Catch items by charging your spell seal if you're at a spot where an item's just out of reach. Okay, so it's a boomerang too. Managed to surprise even me. Rescuing a missing person was quite a feat. Say nothing of wrangling a farm dragon. Farm dragon? Monster gave you a lift from the forest. Farm dragons have patches of farmland on their back. That's what the name refers to. Wait, really? On their backs? Yep. In the old days, only people who managed to forge bond with farm dragon could visit those fields. Legends say that anything planted there would grow into the finest crops you've ever seen. You need a very special kind of power to do that, and the dragon had to approve of you as well. So someone like you is just perfect. Why me of all people? Who knows? Farm dragons are pretty mysterious creatures. Although we can make some educated guesses. Runes and dragons have been deeply intertwined since ancient times. I imagine that farm dragons absorb runes born from the crops growing on their backs. Should any harm befall the land, they create runes from the air. Any harm befall the land. It said farm dragons, right? So there's more than one? Ah yes, there's more than one out there. If someone with the power they seek appears, they make themselves known to them. So maybe you'll gain another farm dragon's favor in the future. I wonder if that'll work out. Anyway, I'll do what I can to live up to their expectation. Aren't you ever the optimist? That might not be a bad thing in the long run. By the way, this is just a rumor, but I've heard that crystals are a farm dragon's favorite food. So if we get on the good side, you probably want to collect a bunch of them.
Now then.
That settles it. I know what you are. You are an Earthmate.
What is it?
What now? Earthmate. That's what we call gifted humans who can communicate with creatures and spirits of nature. Earthmates are also known for having green thumbs. They can enrich the land through the simple act of farm work. Nothing else, it explains why you could ride a farm dragon. An Earthmate? A gifted human? See, it doesn't ring any bells. Well, given your memory loss, it is what it is. No need to think too hard about it.
However...
Just remember that you're special. Please keep this between us.
How come?
Ask why?
Yes.
You'll understand soon enough. Being special brings its own hardships. Hardships? Yep, trust me.
How's our little town today?
Well, story quest is done. I can't do any more requests right now. I don't think. Use a spell seal. Alright, and you don't have so many against price. Hold down the L button for power catch.
There!
Okay. Catching skill. I mean, free 75,000 G's, free 75,000, or 7,500, sorry. And still. Especially when we got something like this right here.
Now! Yes!
Wow. I have a sheepy friend. Sheepy friend has no HP either. For a day. Keep that in mind. Okay. No requests available. Yeah, well. Martin's exclusives. Guess I gotta go talk to people. It's like, talk to everybody once a day. That's what the guy with the greeting spell is for, just so you don't have to do it. That's part of the reason why you would want it. It's like, you just have it, and as you pass people by, you hit it, and it's like, okay, here's your daily greet to increase their friendship more.
Yo.
Hi. How are you?
Squid, gross. Only praise that. Pan of bread, anything that aren't squid related. Yeah, I hadn't seen you in a while. I imagine people are hanging out in specific places.
Boy, am I tired.
Like a daisy, right? Okay. We eat food here. We don't do takeout, so you know when you're hungry. Or thing, you also sell recipe bread here. That you can order for takeout. And get stronger in the long run. Yeah, if you get your eating skill up. Okay, that just zooms it in. And can hide it. There are miscellaneous faces. Need to talk to people while it's still able to get into their places. Do come and visit sometime. Okay, I'm here visiting. How y'all doing? Fuka. Yeah, I haven't talked to these two a lot. Riker. Yeah, Hina's definitely happy. These, yeah. I mean, you can see how much points you get. Like, these two were at 62 before I talked to them, and now they're up a little higher. And then the way you can tell, at least in this game, as far as I can tell, is if their little text box above their head is purple, you have not talked to them. If it's grayed out, you have talked to them. Yeah, she's still technically passed out on the bed. Won't question it. Won't question it. Dehydration and upset stomach, so a hangover.
True to form. Time to tackle another day.
I'm gonna try and get in as many chats as I can, so I can get away with. Okay, Crystal Harbor's closed. You've come out of your place, so I'll grab you real fast.
You're a brilliant ball of sunshine today.
Oh, nearly. Find a lovely gift waiting for you by the entrance. Where?
Hee-ho, hee-ho! It's home from work we go!
A free cooking table? Huh? Oh. Okay. Can I talk to people? I have this over my head. Uh-oh. Eyes are sparkly. I like sparkly things. Uh-oh. It's in my own eyes. Should I be worried? Okay. Well, apparently I can just carry this around with me, so I guess I'll be carrying this around with me as I go talk to people. Okay, you're up here. I don't know where Cecil is. Or Cecil. Drink your milk, do my good. Yep. Drink milk. I mean, I haven't trained a cow yet to drink milk, but sure. I'm at least getting meals. How am I doing on this task? Lucy is apparently at 2 hearts. Haven't found Cecil or Martin to talk to yet. Priscilla, don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that hard to do just the level 1. Especially if I do it in the morning and when I know where people are instead of at night. Well, I guess I have a cooking table for free now. Who'd have guessed? Okay, what's it like up here? What have you got? I saw you with like a chest symbol. Pretty good sized field. Thought for 2 buildings. Should I check? Farm, see what? Okay, this is, yeah, that's like a little tutorial area. Shipping box. Not entirely certain what that is. An earth dragon. Hey there. Soil's health and damage resistance. Growth speed. Make it rain for a while. Increase crop yield. More space available for planting crops. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, you are released. Free to go back home. Okay, I did not check out the inn, nor... I mean, I have a map to tell me where people are. Okay, those 2 are there. Those 3 I've already talked to. A vacant house, Belfa Ruins, vacant house. Professor and Renamer. Haven't talked to Julian yet. They're all going to the Blue Moon. Well, except
I
for
see
you. You're
your
not.
full of energy. Moon has risen, and I feel.
Let's start work in the morning. Oh, they're going home. They're not going to the Blue Moon. Okay, well, let's go talk to Julian. He's here eating dinner. Run around. Not anything but my arrival. Spend my time, wander around. And you got all this time in the day at night. Nothing to do with it, except for this, for now. Bet your ass when I'm done with this, I'm not gonna be going around talking to people for a while.
Yo! Yo!
Yeah, I came to chat. It takes a lot of brain power. Takes brain power? Okay, you are already at 1 star. You are in the baths. Means I can go in here and talk to you. This way, that upstairs hot spring bath. I don't think I've seen that one before. Now I need to know. Okay. Wait, it gave me the klutz tile. Can I get a pervert title? Uh-oh. General store. Okay, they're there. They're there. They're there. Those two are there. Those two are like the last two that I need to hit up. But that's a house, not a business. So I don't know if I'll be allowed inside. Apparently I can just enter whoever's house I feel like.
Guess what?
No time to stand idly by.
Huh?
Yeah, according to my investigation, yes. Dwayne's whole town has a single problem. Normal. World's going on here.
Guess what?
I need to hear your opinion. What's up? Certain sense of mystique. Okay. Wow, that's a interesting display.
Huh?
Oh. Standing here, you didn't notice me. Practice lessons.
That's right.
Keep medicinal herbs on me. McGuire?
Are you?
Do I have a nickname from you already? Oh.
Feeling well?
Oh yeah, I'm heading home to sleep. Got 2 brand new wardrobes for some reason. If I thought I could recycle the things to get some wood, material wood out of that, I would. Nope, 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 nope. Do not wish to load. Thank you. Okay, how's this doing? I don't think I ever actually found Priscilla. And I didn't technically talk to either of them, apparently, or me. I need to pay attention to the thing above their heads. Oh, you want me downstairs already? Yeah, I've got enough for another festival. Fishing variety. I'd rather do the flower festival, honestly.
Let's get to work.
It's like, sure, if I can get enough points to get the other one going, I will, but... Forging, crafting, chemistry. I mean, I only have enough for the chemistry. Take that, cats. Are you checking if you're corrupted or something?
Hina!
Looks like your mother's feeling better.
Thanks!
Thanks to you.
I am Misasagi. My brother has told me a great deal about you. Not only did you rescue my daughter from the forest, but you came back for me as well. I owe you a great debt. You have my deepest thanks.
Just do what anyone else would have. Gods be good, you are such a kind person, truly a saint. She'll offer praise of gratitude in your name thrice daily.
Don't mind her.
You're a little
Nisa
dramatic,
can be a little
but
dramatic,
she means well.
but she means every word she says.
Attic.
Kumo!
No,
What now?
Please forgive me.
Believe Murakumo's countering like this.
I'm sorry.
I didn't see something so distasteful.
Pardon me.
Is there anything I can do? Please do not hesitate to ask.
Bye for now.
Bid you farewell. Okay. Okay, I want to go look at the requests again. Apparently it's raining. Means I don't have to deal with my crops. Give a crystal to a farm and I can build a monster barn. Well, thank you. I can't do anything else until I have the potato seeds grown in. What are my other requests that I have? Save plates. Okay. Cold medicine, harvest a potato, make friends. I can't do the cold medicine yet. The harvest potato can't happen yet. Make friends can't happen yet. Stamp list. Okay, so basically achievements. Got it. Got it. Okay, that shouldn't take too long. %2 of those learned. Sword's doing good. Inventory is clogged, but that's nothing new. What was I going to do? Other than going here. Please. Please. Just get up there. So this is apparently a balcony. Well, honestly, cutscene done. Cutscene done, lacking anything else to do. And good, basically through the tutorial and the first dungeon. I think that's about as good a time to stop as any. So that means I'm done for today. Because if that's a good time to stop as any, I might as well stop and leave. Ow. Oh. Ow, my arm. That was fun. Familiar and different. I look forward to coming back to this Tuesday. Thursday should happen. I can't promise that it will happen, but it should happen. And then Saturday is probably expected. Probably expected by, and gonna be played by everybody, Kirby. But for now, I'm done. I'm a little bit tired, because I'm still fixing my sleep schedule, but not nearly as bad as I was Saturday. So, good night.